and welcome to another episode of the Nightmare X Variety Show. I'm your host, Nightmare X, and today we're bringing back one of my older playlists. Something I said I was going to bring back, but I didn't know how to do it. Basically, I was doing the thing wrong, and the whole thing just seemed like my other playlist, the old 62, just continuing. That's all it felt like. That's all it really was. But now I have a different way to do it. Instead of just telling you everything about this character, I'm gonna tell you stuff about this character and have someone to react to it.
Me.
And this is a short story.
Okay.
So there's not much history on this character. But today we're going to be talking about a character by the name of Darter. And his real name is Randy Vale. So this is a Spider-Man villain that only had one appearance in 1979.
Get ready for all hell to break loose. The UPS guy's coming.
Oh.
It'll be over in a minute.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyways, does this look 1979?
I would have guessed earlier than that, actually, but 70s for sure, yeah.
I'm gonna show the audience. But yeah, I can see that. I guess. I'm not good at, dating. Anyways, I'm not good at dating when something in comics is, just by looking at it. So Darter was basically a pawn. There was a Spider-Man villain called Carrion, and he used Darter. This was, Darter was no training. He was a new guy.
Mm.
And so Carrion got Darter, and he said, what does it actually say? Oh, he was undergrad at the same university as Spider-Man. I didn't know that.
Mm.
So he accidentally came across the... Okay, I'm going to get into this. Carrion is a clone of Miles Warren, the Jackal. The one that started the whole Clone Saga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he know he's a clone?
Yeah.
Weird. And they just send him off to college?
No, Carrion, not Darter.
Oh, Darter was the one that went to college with Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I've got it. Okay. I misunderstood. And Carrion is a clone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The clone, dubbed Carrion, took Darter as his pawn to get revenge on Spider-Man for the death of Gwen Stacy. In return, Darter would be rewarded by his master. So he used this technology that was provided for him, and some sort of technically advanced costume. And he started going by Darter, and he battled both Spider-Man and White Tiger. But he was later betrayed by Carrion and killed.
Well, that stinks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so what did he have against Peter Parker?
No, he was in it for the money.
Oh, just the money.
Seems like it.
Okay.
And he had one appearance.
Just one.
Yes.
Okay. And then they just killed him off.
No, it says 4 appearances, but up here at the top it says... Oh. No, it's 4 appearances.
I was just thinking, there's a lot to happen in just one appearance.
Yeah. That happens too, you know. That there's just a lot in one appearance.
Yeah. Just to move the story along, I guess. That's all these characters are really good for a lot of the time. Interesting, though.
Yeah.
Kind of bad the way Carrion did him, though.
I guess.
He was just a pawn, just a nobody.
Yeah.
Use him and throw him away.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
So what if this didn't happen yet, and he was used by maybe someone else, and he had more of a history, and maybe even got out from under the thumb of his boss.
Well, he can't have much of a history. I mean, he was in college when he died.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how much can you do in 2 or 3 years? You know, and still be in college. Unless he flunks out of college. He's got to... Is he like super smart and doesn't have to study or anything, or what?
No, it said he was a undergrad, so...
So he was either freshman or sophomore.
Yeah.
So... I don't know. He would have only been like 19, 20 years old. But I mean, I don't know. I was thinking of Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid done a lot of stuff when he was young, so. So this guy's basically just like a mercenary, like he'll do anything for money. That's kind of the idea I'm getting.
I guess.
I mean, he goes after Spider-Man. Of course, he didn't know Spider-Man was Peter Parker or whatever, vice versa. But maybe he had a thing against like metahumans.
Maybe
that was a thing. Maybe that's why he jumped on that opportunity to go after Spider-Man so easily. I don't know. I just wonder about characters' motivations. Characters need motivation.
Yeah.
They're just flat if they don't have motivation.
Characters need to be humanized.
Fleshed out.
I have the perfect idea for my next video. I'm going to talk something about that.
Yeah. So what's your idea for this character?
Well, if I were to use him, and I don't know if I ever would, I would, start him off similar. He's new to the costumed scene. He's fresh off the streets. He's not trained. Someone hires him to do a job. and he screws it up. And maybe, eventually, he gets out from under the thumb of whoever he's working for, and he's okay. He's not really bad anymore, but people can't really trust him at this point. So.
Oh, I got an idea. Maybe he's not really that young. Just because he's an undergrad in college doesn't mean he's, 18, 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he did all of this other stuff, this shady business that he did, because he wanted to go to college, and he just did it to make money for college. But then after he started doing it, it's like he liked the thrill, he liked the money, and he just kind of stayed in it,
Yeah.
I mean, he could be 25. I was 30 when I went to college. So if it doesn't really give his age. That's. I mean, you make the assumption that he's young, but he doesn't have to be.
Mm-hmm.
People go to college at all ages, so that would allow for your idea to have him do all this stuff before. That's an idea. He becomes a costumed villain to make money for college.
Yeah.
That's a twist I haven't heard before. Even bad guys want to go to college and get education sometimes, so they could be smarter villains.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to get an accounting degree so he knows what to do with all of his money he's making from his shady business.
I mean, people do things like that in comics already. Sandman, before he was Sandman, of course this was only in the Spider-Man 3 movie. I don't know if this carried over in any capacity to comics. But before he was actually Sandman, the reason he was a thief was he was getting money for his daughter's condition. It didn't really go into what was wrong with her, but she had one of those breathing things around her nose. So, I mean, it happens.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I said. People do things to survive sometimes.
Yeah.
All of these criminals out here in the world are not all bad people.
Yeah.
They may be in bad situations and make bad choices, but sometimes they just do what they have to do to survive.
Mm-hmm.
So, was that before? I can't remember. You got to refresh my memory. What happened to Sandman and how did he become Sandman?
In the movie?
Wasn't it an accident? Yeah.
He was.
That's what I was thinking.
He was running from the police because he somehow they caught up to him.
But he was a criminal before he became Sandman.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, that's an idea with that. I forgot his name already. Darter. I remembered Carrion, but I don't know. That's the other guy. Darter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an idea. Oh, maybe he's like a small time criminal before.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of is the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a small time criminal. Maybe he moved. He moved cross country to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he got out from under the thumb of whoever before.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like small time people too. Mm-hmm. That would explain him breaking ties with these people. We moved across country to go to college. Maybe he has in his mind, okay, I'm leaving the criminal scene. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to, be, upstanding citizen. I'm going to, go straight. Be, but then college is not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And things just, it's once you've got into that easy money kind of life, it's hard to get away from it.
Yeah.
It's too tempting. Like, oh, I'll just do this one little job. I'll just do this one little job this weekend, make $2,000 this weekend. That'll be enough to get me, that'll be enough to buy me the ramen noodles for a month or 2 months or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he gets mixed up with Carrion. And yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Boom, boom.
Now, in this story, they make it out like they found, or Darter found Carrion before he was awoken from his growing tube.
Well, maybe Darter was on some kind of other job when he discovered Carrion.
Maybe. Of course, if I were to use Carrion, I would have to explain. And then I'd basically be explaining the Clone Saga.
I guess, yeah.
People didn't like the Clone Saga. Like, we got some really good characters out of it. We got Scarlet Spider and the other Scarlet Spider. And that's basically it. I mean, personally, I thought Kane Parker was much better as just Kane, because he made a really cool villain.
Yeah.
But,
was this like a different universe or something?
No.
So is he kin to Peter Parker?
He's a clone.
Oh, he's a clone of Peter Parker.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, maybe I'll run you through all that sometimes. It's a mess.
Like a soap opera.
People weren't happy with it.
Yeah. Sometimes I get a little crazy with these storylines.
What went wrong was a lot of the clones thought they were Peter Parker, and the reader, in most cases, lost perspective of which one was actually Peter Parker.
Yeah. That would be confusing.
Mm-hmm.
They need to make them with like all the clones had a mole on their forehead or something, so you'd know just by looking at them that which ones are real and which ones are not.
Well, most of them had really bad scars from degenerating, but they were in their costume so much,
Right. I don't know how you would have differentiated. Give them something a little different about their costumes.
Yeah.
Something that's not obvious, but if you're looking for it, you could see it.
There was this one character from another older story. He wasn't really a clone. He was like magic. Like, Peter looked into a mirror and then he had a duplicate that just walked out. And
that's weird.
Yeah, it was he was fighting Doctor Doom, so of course there was going to be magic.
Yeah.
But anyways, this clone or duplicate had inverted colors on his costume.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Peter Parker clones could have, like, their spiders on their costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Could have, like, fangs or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because Peter Parker's doesn't, does it? He doesn't have fangs.
Not really.
And the fangs would kind of be a reminder that these guys were bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's gonna steal my ideas. You know they are. I've had a lot of my ideas stolen over the years.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll think of this great invention or something like that, and then like 6 months later, I see it on one of those as seen on TV commercials, and I'm like, "That's my invention." Oh well, that's just my fault for not patenting these ideas.
Mm-hmm. Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. I don't know. I guess my closing thoughts would be what I already said.
Mm.
You know, he's a small time hood in high school, and then out of high school, and he's like working for these, you know, like, I don't know, just little small time stuff. But he's really good at it.
Yeah.
And he never gets caught.
Yeah.
He's a good criminal, but he doesn't really want a career. He doesn't want to be a career criminal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's just doing it because it's good money and he's good at it. But he wants to go legit, so he decides to start saving up his money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it'd be a good character to use. You know, I mean, it's a lot of human interest to the character if you do it that way, and I think people could relate to that character because, you know, it's like you said, it's real common for people do things a lot of times that they're not proud of, but they have to do this, or it seems like the easiest choice at the time, you know, to get in a bind or whatever, and, you know, or they know somebody who's done that. And oh, he could even be friends with Peter Parker, or like acquaintances.
Yeah.
Maybe they have classes together, and he doesn't even realize, you know, he's going after Spider-Man. He doesn't even realize it's Peter Parker. So as soon as Peter Parker sees him, he knows who he is, because, you know, they've had classes together and stuff.
Yeah.
Or he sees him in the cafeteria, or, you know, whatever. Maybe they're in some of the same like clubs or, you know, groups around college. But and maybe that's why Carrion finally like killed him, because Carrion was afraid, because Peter Parker knew who he was, and he was afraid that somehow it would get back, you know, they would make the connection to him or something like that.
Something. In his story that I read, it was more like he failed his mission.
Yeah.
And that's why Carrion killed him.
Yeah. Maybe that's how he failed it. Or that's part of the failure. I don't know.
Well, leave your thoughts and ideas down below in the comments. I would like some feedback and validation on this character. You know, characters like this, people generally don't have a good opinion of them. But I think this guy could have been something a lot better. And if I were to write him, I would give him that. So, the Let's Talk About series is coming back. This is just our new beginning, and there's gonna be more. And eventually, I'll go back over the ones that I went over, and see, I only made 5 videos in the Let's Talk About series, because I knew, like, it's the same. It feels the same. I'm basically doing the same thing as the old 62. And I didn't want to do it like that. So I needed a new formula. So now that it's all figured out, maybe give me ideas, tell me what you think. And I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. I have an idea. And yeah, peace.